sent to you guys, or that link that is sent to you guys, we'll
Mhm.
use that link, for the rest of this season. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Um, well, good morning
Good
to
morning.
everybody.
Morning.
Good
Okay, thank you
morning.
for waking up early on a Saturday morning. Um, do you want to negotiate a different time? I know Nancy here was trying to haggle for a different time, but we can only do that if everybody in this group agrees to a later time.
I
Six
agree.
o'clock is at six. You want 7
Yes.
a.m.? What about you, Win? Do you want 7
Yeah,
a.m.?
I think 7 a.m. is better.
Okay, all right.
Seven.
Mm,
Okay. Hey,
yes,
you
7 is
at
good.
so- at some point, okay, at some point, don't worry. As we um as we go through this journey together, um, you will find that your energy will improve. Okay, your
Mm.
energy will improve, your health will improve, and you will be able to get up a little early in the morning. So don't worry too much about it. I know Ron and Jihan and I, we got up at 4 a.m. to do exercise. Okay, so at the end of this 21 day mental training, this is all the first part of this program is mental training. After 21 day or so, we are going to go to the physical training.
All
Okay,
week at work, I get up at 4:30.
see, no problem with Ron, no problem at all. Okay. Um, I want to welcome, returning participants as well as welcome a new participant. Okay. Um, for let me just do a quick, yeah. For I've been teaching this course for 6 seasons now. Each season take about 6 months. So we're talking about 2 or 3 years. Okay. It is a course on expanding your awareness about yourself, your inner awareness. Okay. Inner awareness. And
Excuse me.
why don't I let Ron and Hoa kind of share with the new people what are some benefit that you have got by going through this program?
Um, Good morning, Frank.
Morning.
Hello, chị Nancy, chị Nguyên. Yes.
Hello.
Yeah. And ủa, chị Nguyên là đang lái xe.
Hello.
She's sitting in her car because I think her family is sleeping in the house, right?
Oh! I said you driving and then how come you okay, that's perfect. So both chị Nguyên and chị Nancy know the knowledge already?
No.
They don't know. No, this first time.
Oh,
Okay,
oh,
yeah.
first
All
time.
brand new people. Yep, brand new people.
Okay, got it. Yes.
And the intention is to reach the English speaking audience. So we're gonna practice speaking English as much as we can. Okay.
Oh, yes, yes. Oh,
Yeah.
the intention is that too. Okay, got it. So thank you. I forgot my husband speaks English sometimes.
Sometimes. Oh, okay.
Sometimes. Yeah, that's all I know.
Is yes. So welcome. Well, that's exciting for all of us here. That we got almost like one-on-one to hear the inner being course. And yes, I am very grateful and with honoring gratitude that I am here in the Zoom, and I got invited by Frank, and honoring gratitude to my husband wake up with me this morning, right, bright.
No, I did
Yes.
not want to wake up this morning.
Yeah, it's at 4:30. Ron wakes up is the obligation, and today is the mentality is weekend.
Sleep in.
Weekend. So that's our mentality. I talk to myself. I'm simple to wake up. This is a normal wake up for me, or it's usually 4 or 5 in the morning. And yes, honoring gratitude to the knowledge, honoring gratitude to have to get to know chị Nancy and chị Nguyên, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Em tên là Hoa. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So there. Yes, about the knowledge. I got to know the knowledge. The knowledge philosophy summer 2024, and I took the program, the 6 months program mentor with the WIT. And then now I'm here supporting my husband is taking, I took mentor 6 and Ron is taking
Mentor by.
mentor 8, mentor 7.
Mhm.
And
So they're talking about the advanced program. Okay, so after you take the beginners program, and if you feel like you want to help other people, and you can take the mentor program where you learn to share the knowledge to other people and be a
yes.
transformation for other people's life.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. What about your own transformation? Maybe Ron, you can share, or Jihua can share what's different now
Yeah, in what
compared
way have
to
you
2 3 years
transformed?
ago. Yeah,
All
what's
right.
different now?
Yes. What's the difference now is the understanding the human nature, the human what's inside me, the human nature, and the there is a inner truth as well with my human nature, and so if something comes up unpleasant or something comes up or someone is saying negative things or complaining right now, I will pause myself 1 2 3 seconds and say, oh, what is the lesson here? Why I'm hearing this, instead of react, or instead of jump up right away and just react, and or the normally that if I were to react right away, and that is our human nature in the driver's seat, and I understand that, and I say okay. So there is formulas and ways for me to pause and react, or whether I'm going to follow with the person and agree with them 100% and then be in their driver's seat instead of my own, in a healthy way, so and then ask them questions back instead. It's like, so what do you really believe, or what's you know allow them to have their anger and sadness out, and then just hear them, have the develop the way to hear them fully, and then share with them about a little bit of tend to them, like ask them how what they want and stuff. So for example, my if my son get a little bit upset and mad with me right now, and I know why he's mad and upset, because two things, well, five things, but the two main thing is if he does not have enough rest or he's hungry. Those are one of two main things I recognize. And then I just allow him to vent or whatever it is, and then magically 3 minutes later, he come back and say, "I'm sorry, mom." Yeah, I did that a few times right now because he understands the knowledge too. Anyway, so yeah, and so for and then to I have so much more gratitude. What is around me and everything is gratitude. Oh my goodness, I'm so abundant, and there's so much to thankful for. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes. And how I transformed was when my wife was in Mentor 6, I knew nothing about the knowledge, and she went to an offline in um, Monet. And I was just going there on the intention, going to the beach while she's in class all day. And the moment I walked into the hotel, the teacher asked me to stay. So here I am today. It transformed me already, and I was very skeptical of all the knowledge that I'm skeptical about a lot of things. And once I listened to it and really understood it, it made me think a lot more. Like I'm a supervisor at work, and I deal with a lot of different people, and what happens is my before I used to get to the anger point where I couldn't deal with them anymore or whatever. I dealt with them in a different way, but now I listen to what they say. I am able to clear my mind of if even if they're speaking angry to me or whatever it is, I just clear my mind and listen to what they have to say and respond in a different manner than what I used to. Rather than respond angry, I just listen, stay calm, and clear my mind and create an emptiness within myself, and I can focus on what that person is saying to me. So, yeah, rather than let my anger get a hold of me. That's how it's transformed me. And ever since I've been in the course, I've had nothing but positive, and everything's been working out for me. And that's what I enjoy. I mean, I still have people in my family that are skeptical of this knowledge and they don't agree with what I'm doing, but to me, that doesn't matter. I've got an emptiness within me that what matters to me is first. I'm first and love myself first, and then I can love others more. Thank you. Thank you, Nancy and
Yes,
Muriel.
thank you for listening.
Well, Thank you.
Thank
thank you for sharing. I appreciate so much.
About your physical health. So you guys mentioned the relationship health, right? Your son,
Yes.
your coworker. You mentioned the mental health, the sense of peace and balance, and not getting to the anger. What about your physical health?
My physical health is much better. I
What
mean,
can you do now that you didn't do before?
I can run. I have not run. I've had a lot of accidents in my life and broken a lot of bones, and I was not able to run before, and now I can run. I can run 21 kilometers, and I can also swim. I love swimming anyway. I've always been in the water when I was younger as well, so I can swim 10 kilometers. Yeah, I I'm good that way. My physical health is a lot better. Yes. With all the exercises that we do with the program, and I was with Ty Frank here with his in, how do
Internal body transformation.
yes,
IBT,
internal
yeah.
body transformation, yeah. And it's all it's nothing but good for you.
Well,
Everything
thank
is
you for
good for you, for
sharing.
my health, my own personal health, my mental health, everything is it's good. I enjoy it. And I'm also the leader of a house that we're in Mentor 7. They break up people into groups because there's so many that have joined. There's like 2,000 altogether, close to 2,000 or something, and break us into groups of 21 people. And uh, the house that I'm in, there's 21 people, and I'm their leader. And we all have gathered together as a family, and it's an amazing family atmosphere. Everybody is we're all joining together every day after class and share what we know and what we've learned within that class of the day. So yeah,
Yes.
yes.
So for me, there's minimal four items. There's more. I would never think that I would run 21 kilometers, and I did it by myself because in Vietnam there's group of people there's more energy, or the collective energy. I myself, I they are running in Vietnam and I'm running in Canada, and there I see all the pictures and all the celebration, and that gets me going by myself because one of the overseas people, we have to do that on our own and put it on the app and submit it in, make sure it's 21K, and less than 10 minutes per kilometer. Wow. Ron was my big helper, giving me food and water. And also in Mũi Né too, I went to Mũi Né, Phan Thiết, in Vietnam, the December 2024, right after a month joining the program. I was within a week, I was able to swim 2 kilometers, which I've always dreamed in my life to able to swim, because the way that the teachers um, teach us is with the three reference system, and it's so effective. It's like we get the reality within a week. Many of them with us, no one can even dream of swim 2 kilometers. And how does that 2 kilometers? We do so many laps, and they count it and they mark it on the paper. So that's why we got the credit for it, the records. And for me to do the hip rotation. It's like we put our hand up and we do this for the hip rotation, which is so much transformation, correct all your spine and the posture for 5 hours online, because yeah, it's quite something. Well, I did put my for my hand down for because I needed to go to the washroom, and I passed the straw to drink the water and the nutrition, and I have Ron to feed me a couple times of food because we need nutrition in the body to get going. I put my hand down so I can go to washroom for number one, just the light one, to pee, and I didn't feel my hand anymore. It's like, where's my hand? And it's quite transformation. I mean, it does not do the thing right away, but correct. Even I feel now, I was so grateful I did it. And then also, what is it? Squat for for 10,000 laugh. And then it's quite, it's the energy, it's the mentality, it's the commitment to self, and if we just do it, I am still amazed how I did it.
I'm still struggling with this one.
You
Um,
can do half an hour.
September, guys,
Yes.
September Ironman competition in Augusta, Georgia. Have you signed
Wow.
up? Have you signed up? I think I
September,
just
what
lost a
day
runner.
is it?
I just lost a runner in my relay team. I'm gonna need a runner. Ji
Wow.
Hwan, do you want to be a runner in the relay team? It's a half, it's a half Ironman competition. You've already done the swimming and all that stuff. It'll be a team, okay? With your capability, I know you can definitely do it. But
We
yeah,
are
one of
going
my team members.
we are going to with Italy in September.
Okay, okay,
We'd
all
already
righty.
told Ron's daughter, she lives there. In the last 3 years, he says he's going
She
this
doesn't
year.
believe me anymore because I told her 2 times that I was coming and I had to
Okay,
cancel.
okay, okay,
I can't.
okay,
Thank you. Probably next year,
okay. And I will set
next
that
time.
intention.
Yeah.
All right. So, um, with this season, six, I'm very grateful to have your all of your participation. I've noticed that despite the transformation that Ron and Jihua and many people have shared, I noticed that the transformation could come a little faster because of one thing that's missing. There's only one thing that is missing in the previous classes, and that is an intention, uh, a mental image about your own goals and dreams at the beginning. Most people enter the program just kind of enjoying it. Some people ask them, to come in and they just kind of sit through the classes and they feel a transformation, but it is not as clear and it is not as fast. So the intention I have for this season is to have all the participants begin with a clear mental image of what they want in life. What are the goals? What are the dreams? What do you want to achieve in terms of your mental health? What do you want to achieve in terms of your physical health? What kind of goals are you trying to reach with your relationship with your family, your children, your coworker? Okay. So just really quick, I sent a text message to some of you to do a pre-homework by writing down your dreams and your goal. So um, I kind of want to give you guys a chance to share some of that. Who wants to start by letting, everybody know what their goals and dreams are? Just two or three goals and dreams that you want to achieve, throughout this program.
Oh, I have to say it's very hard to come up 101 dreams. I think I only managed to do until 84, and I'm like, oh my God, I need to go to sleep. Otherwise, I would have missed this meeting. So I'll share the health aspect. I think the one I put, the first one is getting rid of the brightness fog drug feeling that I've been feeling, or the tinnitus that I've been having. And then health-wise, have a six-pack app or at least a flat app. Sorry, I'm allowed to have dreams, right?
Yeah.
And spiritual would be participate in mission projects or mission trips. Have better hearing ability so spouse and people around not losing patience with me. Have a better relationship with parents and brother and sister-in-law. Take family to travel all over the world. Publish more children books that have a YouTube kid channel. What else? Catching a big fat salmon in Alaska. Let's see. Become a strong swimmer.
Yeah.
Build a hospital, a clinic in Vietnam to treat patients with money on weekdays and free for poor people on weekends. Okay. I wrote weekdays. I'm like, oh my God, I was very tired. Build a legacy for my kids. Yeah. Or wish that my children would call me every day and want to hang out with me. Well, my baby is only 17 months, so just
Great.
future.
If you could focus on only, let's say, three goals for the next 6 months and just maintain that as a visual image, which three goals do you think you would want to focus on? I'm not saying that you are going to be accomplishing those three goals in 6 months, but the three most, ultimate desire, the three top desire that you have that you want to maintain every day for the next 6 months, which one would it be?
I'd say getting rid of the fog. Like sometimes I wake up and I have this brightness fog that I feel like, oh my God, I feel like I'm drugged, but I'm not drugged. Feeling, and then that's the first one, and the second one would be have time to spend with family, spouse, kids, and watch the kids grow instead of bury in work.
Okay. Financial and time freedom.
Yeah, and travel, take family and travel all over the world.
Okay. So those are good goals to keep in mind. Okay. Your health, right? Your financial freedom, your time freedom, and your freedom of location. Okay. So those are the mental images that you're going to keep for the next 6 months. And you will discover later that when you're in a community and other people are also keeping hold of those images in their mind for you, then you will achieve those dreams much faster than if you're trying to figure it out on your own. Okay, so the job for
Yeah.
Jihua and those mentor 6, mentor 7, your job is to maintain this mental image on behalf of all of our participants and all of our friends. Okay, all right, thank you so much, Nguyen. Um, Nancy, would you
Yeah.
like to share some of your goals?
Oh, it's um, it's kind of hard to think about my goals, but I come to uh find out that I come to know that I would like to have a peace of mind. I like to have a healthy mind, healthy body, um, and be happy and have good relationship with my kid. And I want to be a good mom, and I want to discipline my kid better.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. So you have a goal in health. You
Mm-hmm.
have a goal in terms of a relationship with your daughter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good. Alrighty. Chị Hoa and Ron, are you still here? They stepped away. Okay. But yeah, okay. Chị Hoa, what are your goals? Give us some of your goals and dreams.
What are my goals? I miss I missed your message, and that's okay. I can so my goals is to yes, in the next 6 months is to really get more knowledge of the knowledge. And then I like to share in 6 months. Ron and I will start reading the book, um, Cultivate Happiness for Happy Life. Is that what I said? Is that correct?
Yeah,
Master Life.
Master Life, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta say it correctly.
Cultivate
Otherwise, the
happiness,
image,
Master Life.
yeah, the image come in, right? Um, cultivate hap Master Life, cultivate happiness, Master Life. So Ron and I will do that reading regularly 3 times a week minimum, because there's that book has a lot of good source concept. Source concept, yeah. We will be traveling. We have be traveling. What else do I want to do is more connection with my daughter, like really get to connection. What do I want? What else do I want? Understand. I also in the program of the community of 5 elements with wisdom. That's the community that I like to to master in the MC, to very good with the MC, because I'm practicing MC with the program right now in some of their programs. Understanding the what is it called, world, not world, cosmology view more. And what else do I want to do in the that's a 6 months term, and we will be going to Vietnam in July. And the other goals, the long-term goals, is to travel around the world with Ron, and yeah, I really like to share the knowledge to the community and have our own. I like to is to have a YouTube channel and to have that, and more connection with social media, because we are a little bit shy with it. And we learn more about AI. We learn more about, oh, for me, really good with dancing, because I find that dancing, the music, that really helped me to it, reality really helped me to raise my vibrational energy, and that keeps me the whole day. Even the music itself, it keeps ringing all day, so it helps me to have my monkey mind sleeping instead. Yeah. So that dancing is good. Ron and I does practice dancing too, and I like to dance like a little bit more like aerobic dancing. It's so much fun. Anything I see it. So and then my intention is to really be present with myself and pay attention the messages around me. Be very present to myself, and that way, as I said, the monkey mind can go sleep. It's okay. It can get sleeping. What else? What else I do want to do? There are courses about to tap into my feminine, because yeah, I look feminine, and inside I'm not that feminine. I'm too strong. So yes, and 10 more connection with the family, and just really get more into listen to myself, intuitive, really get that. Yeah, there is a course that I can take to the way I move, the way I bow, and all of that. It they call, I don't know what it's called in English, but it's phong thái thì anh Frank, lớp học phong thái.
Etiquettes and mannerism.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Etiquettes and mannerism.
Yeah,
Yeah.
music is very important to us. And also there's so many my goal is to get into the 12 areas. I will share with you all about that 12 areas. So the inner being is that one thing. Health, it has that. Health and beauty now, instead of just only health and beauty. Oh, I have another goal is to go to take master Tâm Dung. I haven't tell you yet.
What?
Master Tâm Dung is the health and beauty. In master in health and beauty, that's 4 months online and 2 months offline. So lots of beauty, lots of bone, lots of transformed in the health in the body. So much knowledge about that. Yeah, there you go. Just name a few on the mind. Thank you.
When a person is healthy, they have many desire for many things. When a person is not healthy, the only desire they have is to be healthy.
That's a good
Okay.
one.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Your homework, chị Hoa, your homework, since that you've already learned about the principle of the causality, you learn the causes, the conditions, and the outcome of life. You have spent, last several years planting seeds, nurturing the condition, and it is time for you to start to reap the fruit of life. That means you need to tap into the Quảng Bá, the Capital program. So I'm sending a text on the chat message. Okay, there's a chat message. You need to click on that form and join Thầy Tân Caro's Apatow class. Sign up for the form. Let them know that I referred you, and then join the 2 Zalo group. Okay, that's just specifically for chị Hoa. Those of you who are beginners, don't worry about that. That will stimulate the fruit part of your causality equation. All of those dream, YouTube channel that you're talking about, everything that we talked about in the Quảng Bá class. Okay, so first things first is to fill out that form and join our program. Let them know that you're in the program, that you're following him, and he'll give you the next step on what to do. Okay.
Is it like a pay program that I have to pay, or it's like
Don't worry about that. Don't you
oh,
you don't worry about that just yet. Okay, this is advanced stuff that I'm just communicating with Ji Hua. It is at the beginning it's not paid. It's a optional payment. Okay, but yeah, don't even think about that until you finish this program. But yeah, you just notice that people who tend to be people healthy and happy, they have goals and they have dreams. Okay. Um, Ron, give us maybe 2 or 3 goals that you want us to maintain for you
You
in
know
the
what?
next 6 months.
I don't have a lot of dreams. I used to have a lot of dreams when I was younger, but
Okay.
now the only dreams I have are only one or two. Being able to appertell this knowledge, and that's one thing I do struggle with right now
Okay.
is how to share the knowledge. I through classes, we everybody has to, well, not everybody, but if you want to, you can share your lessons, impressions, and realizations during the day or after class. And a lot of people share, and the way they share, I think to myself, I can't speak like, how do they remember all this stuff? And yeah, but I just share what I know, and I know that's enough. And for myself, that's brings me to inner peace, and I'm not worried about what other people say anymore. And that's my goal is to learn how to appertell in a proper way. Yes, and share this knowledge.
So you're in the right place. And my
Yes.
goals and dreams is to have a community of 1,000 English speakers who speak the language of inner being, who speak the language of health and happiness. Okay. um, who experience personal transformation and is able to help other people. So I was really impressed with the fact that Nguyen was mentioning building hospital, right? You want to help not only yourself, but you have a dream of helping other people. So that is a big advantage to be able to already have that kind of dream of helping other people. Okay. Um, it actually, it speaks to the greatness of your spirit. It speaks to the love that you have for humanity. So that is going to be a wonderful sort of energy that carries you forward, especially if anybody here wants to help other people. And I'm very glad that you guys are here. Okay. Um, just gonna jump right into the program. Um, because this is different than previous program. We didn't spend the time to sort of get to know each other and visualize our dream. But it's important that we visualize our dream and all of your dreams and your goals. Remind me, keep on reminding me, keep on reminding each other, and I will coach you step by step on accomplishing that. Okay. So I'm
And
gonna
uh, during what comes up, we can keep sharing the dreams.
yeah, okay. That is the magic of realizing your goal. It's just keep on talking about it.
Okay.
Okay. Every time you talk about it, you clarify your own mental image. Every time you talk about it, you clarify your source concept. Every time you talk about it, other people maintain that image for you. And, the different connection will arise to give you the opportunity to realize your goals and your dreams. Okay. All right.
Thank
I'm going to share the screen real quick so I can start doodling. Um, okay. So, this program is an educational program. Okay, this is an educational program. Um, we are here to learn, to study, to know. Okay, and this and if you notice that take a look at the kind of the speed at which people learn, the speed at which people learn, it is usually the little children that learn really fast. Do you notice that? Little babies, little toddler, they learn really, really fast. And as we become an adult, our learning sort of slows down. And that partly because little babies, they are empty. Jihua and Ron mentioned the word empty several times. Okay, here we are going to learn about emptiness. But to begin, get the idea that little babies learn really fast because they begin with emptiness. Kind of like this page here. Okay. If your mind is full of stuff, then your ability to learn will be slow. So the way we teach the course is that we teach it as if we're teaching a bunch of little kids. So we draw and we doodle on the page. Okay. And so that's what I do. And just so you get a sense of what this program is about, this is a pathway. Think of this as a pathway. And I invite you to write this down and draw with me. Okay. If you have pen and paper, write it down. This is a pathway to expand. Okay, this is a pathway to expand our inner awareness. Okay, a pathway is the road with a roadmap. Okay, there's a roadmap, there's a step-by-step roadmap to expand our inner awareness. Inner awareness about ourselves, about humanity, about our mind, our emotion, about our spirit, our body. Okay, the pathway to expand our inner awareness about ourself, our humanity, our mind, our spirit, our body. What for? So that we can reach a state of, let's use this one. We're going to reach a state of health. Okay. Happiness. Okay. And for some people, peace. And when I'm talking about health here, this is not a program to treat diseases. This is not a program to fix your illnesses. If you're having a medical problem, make sure you continue to work with your physician, your doctors. Okay. Here we're going to learn about what it means to be healthy mentally, emotionally, physically. And for some people, when they reach a state of health, the disease just kind of, either disappear or they learn to cope with it and it won't be a problem anymore. Okay. When we talk about health, the World Health Organization has a definition of health that says health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. Physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. Okay, that second part is important, not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. In other words, a healthy person is not sick. But a person who is not sick is not necessarily healthy. Think about that one. A person who is not sick is not necessarily healthy. So if you're sick, if you're having some diseases, if you have some illnesses, and you go to the doctor and the doctor remove your illnesses, provide you with a healing or cure, but if you don't get yourself to a state of health, physically, mentally, socially, then disease may come back. Okay, so the program is to help our expand our inner awareness about health, about happiness, and about peace. And when we have all of that, everything else in life just kind of fall into place. Okay, so the best mentality and attitude that you want to adopt with your participation in this program. Okay, there's a mentality and attitude that I invite you to adopt when you're in this program. Is a mentality of enjoyment. So I'm just going to write the word enjoy learning. Okay. In previous program, when a person comes into this program and they don't know what they want in life, I would say you can do whatever you want. You can listen, you can have your camera on, you can have your camera off, or you can even fall asleep. Some people do experience transformation even when they fall asleep, as long as they keep the Zoom on. However, with this particular season, I'm inviting you to keep your camera on. I'm inviting you to pay attention, and I'm inviting you to actively participate. Okay, actively participate because you know what you want. You know you have your goal, you have your clear dreams in mind. By actively participating, it will accelerate the process by which you achieve those goals and dreams. Okay, so enjoy learning. Okay, relax. But when you can do take note, when you can do the assignment and the drawings and stuff like that. Okay. Next, I want to write for you.
Frank, what was the
Yes.
last two words of the first page, please?
Pathway
Oh,
expand.
so this is a pathway to expand the inner awareness
Health, happiness,
in
and
order
peace.
for us to reach the state of health, happiness, peace. Okay. Okay. Yeah. You want to imprint these words into your mind
Thank you.
because the moment that you begin to look at these words, you are planting a seed into your
Wow.
conscious and your subconscious mind. Okay. Over time, these seeds will grow and you will reap the fruit of the seed. And we'll talk more about that later.
Thank you.
And okay, enjoy learning. That is another seed that I'm planting. Okay, a seed of enjoyment and of learning. And then next, just a brief overview of the methodology that we use. When it comes to human life and experience, we operate on different point of views, different perspective. The kind of knowledge that we learn in school is called the worldly knowledge. Okay? The kind of knowledge that we learn in school is called worldly knowledge, knowledge of the world. Okay? That's how we survive in this world. Going to school, learning knowledge in school help us survive in this world. But human life is not just the worldly matter. There are many people, for example, tend to be more spiritual and religious, and they have a wonder of, how this universe is put together. Why do we exist? Where do we go when we die? Those are the kind of question that relates to the cosmology. Okay, we call them the cosmological view. These are the expansive views of life and the universe. Okay. And there is another perspective that we can look at, and it is simply the human life and experience. So whereas when you go to traditional school, you learn about worldly stuff. On weekends, you may go to temple and churches and learn about religion and talks about spirituality. A lot of those are considered the cosmological perspective. Here, we're going to focus on human life and human experience. Human life experience, human life, human experience. Okay, that is what we're doing here. Health, is it not a human experience? Physical health, mental health, that is a human experience. Happiness, that is a human experience. harmonious relationship with our families, our friends, our spouses, our children. That is a human experience. Do you know how we're talking about beauty? That is a human experience. Okay, even things like finances, being rich, that is a human experience. So we're going to talk about human life and experience in this program. Okay, we will draw on the worldly knowledge. We'll draw on some cosmological understanding, but for the most part, know that we are here to learn about human life experience and to elevate our experience of human life. Okay, and so let me point you. Let me point to you another idea, another way of representing that the concept that we're talking about. So imagine, not imagine, but let me write the word knowledge. Okay, knowledge. As I mentioned before, the kind of knowledge that we learn in school, right? We went to elementary school, we went to high school, some of us gone to college, and after college, some of us got an advanced degree, or we go to trade school, we get some license, become some kind of professional. That kind of knowledge is called informative knowledge. We gain information. Okay, information, informative knowledge. While we will draw on some information in this program, we're not focusing so much on informative knowledge. Instead, we are focusing on transformative knowledge. Okay, transformative knowledge. Okay. And to illustrate the idea of transformative knowledge, let me draw a
Yes.
okay, let me draw a caterpillar for you. Okay. What do caterpillars do? Most of the day, most of the time, what do caterpillars do?
Sleep.
They eat. Okay. Caterpillar, they just eat. They eat leaves. Okay. So imagine this caterpillar, it's just eating leaves. What happened when the caterpillar keeps on eating and keeps on eating more and more leaves? It gets bigger. Okay. It gets bigger. That is a type of change. Just like all of us, we are constantly changing, we are constantly growing. It is a type of growth. Okay, we're constantly changing and growing. As we acquire knowledge, we grow, right? We become a bigger person. However, this caterpillar, as it keeps on eating, it'll keep on growing, it will only continue to be a bigger caterpillar. In fact, at some point, it may get so big and fat that it'll be a juicy morsel for a bird. Okay. A bird will come and just eat up this fat caterpillar. It is not until this caterpillar goes into a cocoon, undergoes a process of metamorphosis and transform into a butterfly. And when caterpillar transform into the butterfly, it is no longer limited to just the leaf. It can now fly away and be free. That is transformation of a caterpillar. So what would your life be like when you were free? What would your life be like if you're free from pain and suffering? What would your life be like when you have, financial freedom, time freedom? So you can start thinking about yourself as eventually becoming a butterfly. And that is transformation. That is the kind of transformative knowledge that we are going to participate in this program. Okay? We'll get back to the idea of transformation in a little bit. Let me draw another picture for you. You guys can help me draw this picture. Okay, it's a boat. It's a Vietnamese commoner's boat. Okay, and write the word boat. Take some time to make it nice, just like we're in kindergarten, just enjoying the learning, absorbing everything. This boat is floating on a river. Okay, there's a boat. The boat is floating on a river, and this river has a current that goes from point A to point B. You can label the current under the arrow. So there's a boat, the boat floating on the current, and the current is going from point A to point B. Now, if you do nothing, if you just kind of let the boat float along the current, can you get from point A to point B with relative ease? Pretty simple, right? If you just want to go from point A to point B and the current is also going from A to point B, then just float. Just let it go. That is called align. Okay, align with. So if the boat just align with the current, it can go from point A to point B with relative ease. Not only that, if this boat has a person, okay, if this boat has a person, and the person is rowing the boat, aligning it with the current, can you imagine that this boat will go from point A to point B faster? The boat is already flowing with the current from A to B with no effort. Now you put in a little bit of effort. You're rowing. You're rowing the boat and aligning it with the flow of the current, and you can go from A to B faster. And furthermore, if you were to invest in a motor, okay, let's say we put a motor on this boat, technology, right? The motor represent technology, represent investment. If you put in technology, if you put in effort, then you can imagine this boat can go really, really fast from point A to point B. Right? Pretty simple picture. Boat is floating on a river. The river has a current that goes from A to B. If we put in a little bit of effort, a little bit of investment with time and resources and technology, then you can get the boat to go really fast from A to B. Of course, there is the opposite. Okay, so there is the opposite scenario. You can try to go against the current. Okay, against. AINST. Yeah, you can try to go against the current. You can go against the current and which, try to get from B to A. So without effort, can this boat ever go against the current? Without effort, can this boat go against the current?
No.
No.
No, you have to put in effort. You have to row the boat. You have to put in, you have to invest time, resources, technology. And yes, you can go against the current. You can go from B to A. Okay. We can go against the current by putting in effort and investing resources and going against the current. However, the moment that we stop making the effort, the moment that we stop investing the resources, guess what happened? The boat will flow right back to where it was before. And all of those time, all of the effort, all of the resources basically wasted. All right. So can I take a look at your life? Where in our life have we been putting in a lot of time, effort, and resources trying to get from one place to another? And the moment we stop making the effort, not only do we stop making progress, but we've gone backward. We're worse off than before in terms of our health, in terms of our relationship, in terms of our finances, right? You can sort of reflect for yourself, what areas of my life have I been rowing against the current? Because last year, the year before, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, I was actually better off. Right? So if you were worse off now than you were before, then guess what? You have been flowing against the current life. So the question, you should ask is, okay, what's the current? Well, guess what? The boat represent our life, right? Obviously, the boat represent our life situation, our condition that we're experiencing today. And the current, turns out, the current represent principles and laws. Principles and laws. Here, we're going to focus on universal principles and natural laws. Okay, universal principles and natural laws. There are social laws, there are social principles, right? There are scientific principles and all of that stuff. But here we're going to focus on universal principles and natural law that governs human life and experience. Okay? In terms of the worldly view, in terms of the physical world we live in, there are laws such as the law of gravity. Right? The law of gravity pulls us down onto Earth, pulls everything down onto the Earth. That's the way the law of gravity works. Everything has to come together. All matter has to come together, and everything is pulled down to Earth. We can try to go against the law of gravity. We can try to go up when the gravity is trying to pull us down. Guess what? In order to do that, we have to invest a lot of resources. Like sending a rocket ship into space, that take a lot of energy and resources to try to fight the law of gravity. And the moment we stop putting in the effort, we go right back down. Okay, the apple always falls to the earth. Because the law of gravity dictate that everything has to attract and come down to the earth. And we pay a big price if we try to fight the law of gravity. But scientists is very smart. They discover different principles and different laws to allow us to leave the gravity of the earth. They understand the law of or the principle of lift and pressure. So they build airplane with wings and glider, right? Notice that a kite, you can fly a kite with no effort. Whereas it take a lot of effort to put a rocket ship into space. Notice you can fly a kite. In fact, you have to hold the string in order to prevent the kite from flying away. That is because there are certain laws and principles that applies to lift that allow a kite to fly and counter the law of gravity. Same thing with human life experience. There are certain laws and principles that determine our health, determine our relationship, determine our finances. If we understand those laws and principles and we align ourselves with it, then we can fly off into the sky very with ease. If we don't understand it or if we try to go against it, then we pay the price with time, effort, resources, and we get nowhere. Okay? Principles and law. Here we're focusing on universal principle and natural law as it applies to human life and experience. Okay? Go back to this picture. Okay? Worldly view. Law of gravity is a kind of law that govern the worldly matters. In the spiritual sense, there are laws that govern the universe. But here we're going to focus on laws and principles that determine human life and experience. Okay? So, which bring us back bring us to the next principle. Okay, we're going to talk about principles. Today is a principle at work. And you can help me by drawing picture of a little person. Just like that. Imagine each human being like ourselves is a little person. And this person is sitting inside a shell. Okay? And this shell, kind of like a cocoon. Okay? Kind of like a cocoon. It has a lot of layers. A lot of layers. Okay? I'll try to see if I can get different colors. So let's draw a bunch of layers. Okay? Barriers, so to speak. Layers or barriers. Okay? In fact, we're going to identify 6 layers. So you can use 6 colors. So after a while, these barriers can get a little thick. Okay? Where a little person was sitting inside a shell, a cocoon, and a cocoon has many layers around it. How many colors I use already? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe one more. No, okay. So a person inside a little cocoon, many layers around it. And the goal of this little person, okay, the goal that each of us have is to break out of this shell so that we can become a bigger and better person. Okay? Bigger arms and legs to help the world, right? Build hospitals in Vietnam, spread the knowledge to millions of people. Bigger eyes to see the world, bigger mouth to speak words of kindness, even hair and feather. Bigger belly to contain other people. And this is a process of, let me use this transformation. This is black color. This is called the process of transformation. Okay. And it turns out that these barriers that is surrounding us, they have names. Okay, they have names. The first barrier is called self-trivialization. The first barrier to growth and transformation is called self-trivialization. We think of ourselves as trivial, that we can't really do anything big, okay? When we're just ordinary. This self-trivialization comes in many forms. They could be limiting beliefs. They could be lack of awareness. Self-trivialization can also be thought of as self-limiting self-awareness. Okay, self-limiting self-awareness. There are certain awareness about ourselves that are limiting ourselves. That's why it's called self-limiting self-awareness, self-trivialization. Or you can kind of think about, kind of reflect upon yourself. Okay, where have I been trivializing myself? And because I've been trivializing myself, I have not taken steps to do anything that is bigger and allowing myself to grow as a person. There's another barrier. This is a big one. Fear of failure. Okay? Fear of failure. Maybe we did try something once, some project, some goal that we're trying to achieve, and maybe we failed, and the failure hurts, and so we pull back into the shell. We build a thicker wall to protect ourselves against the pain of failure, and so we don't try again, and it keeps us small. Similar to the fear of failure is number 3, fear of criticism and judgment from other people. Okay? Fear of criticism and judgment. Maybe we did try something, or maybe we pitch an idea that we want to do something. And our friends and our family say, no, that's a bad idea. You're so stupid. You'll fail. Okay? So we get criticized for it. And so from then on, we shrink back and we build an even thicker wall. And so we don't grow. The fourth barrier, lack of condition. Okay, lack of condition. I wanted to invest, but I don't have enough money. I wanted to take a class, but I don't have enough time. Okay, lack of conditions. I want to start a business, but I don't have any, referrals, whatever. It is the lack of condition or the perceived lack of condition that have prevented us from growing and becoming a bigger and better person. Another barrier to our growth is the lack of knowledge.
I'm at number 5.
Number 5, thank you. Okay. Thank you, Nguyên, for being more awake than I am this morning. Okay, lack of knowledge. Okay, or the perceived lack of knowledge. I don't know how, so I can't really do anything. Okay, and finally, a very, very important barrier that is preventing us from achieving our dreams is the lack of future vision. Lack of future vision. If tomorrow looked the same as today, then guess what tomorrow is going to be like? The same as today. If next week, next month, next year look the same as today, or worse yet, it may look like something in the past, then it's going to be the same as today or the past. Lack of future vision. There are people who have followed this knowledge for years and they have not achieved anything. It's because they do not have a future vision of themselves. And that is why I invited you guys to share your goals and your dream. You have just painted for yourself a future vision. And so even before you realize it, we've already begun to peel away this barrier, this layer called lack of future vision. Okay? So this whole process, the pathway that we are undertaking, okay, is designed to help us eliminate these barriers. Okay, the pathway that you're undergoing right now is designed to help you eliminate all of these barriers so that you can break out of this little shell and become a bigger and better person. A person who is able to achieve your own goals and your dreams. These 6 barriers, imagine yourself as a rocket ship. Okay, each of us has a vast amount of energy and potential. We're like a rocket ship, ready to blast out into space. However, we are being held down by 6 heavy chains. Okay, imagine a rocket ship with fires and fuel ready to blast out into space. But we are being held back by 6 heavy chains. And so we can't go anywhere. As long as any one of those chains is still holding us back, we will not be able to achieve our goals and our dreams. But the moment those 6 chains are cut, then immediately these rocket ship will fly out into space. We will go very far. We will go very fast. Okay, our potential is unlimited, and so our destination is also unlimited. And so let me ask you guys, what kind of energy would be strong enough to help us break out of our shell and become this big, free, happy, and healthy person that we want? What energy do you think is strong enough to help us break free of this shell? Let's get some feedback. What do you think? What kind of energy is powerful enough to force us to break through these barriers? Because we have all experienced transformation in our life. In fact, it is usually the case that we experience pain and suffering. Think back, okay? Has it not been instances in our life where we experience some pain and suffering that forced us to change?
Yes.
Yeah. If small pain wasn't enough to force us to change, then bigger pain forced us to change. If bigger pain wasn't bad enough to force us to change, then much greater pain forced us to change. And if great pain was not bad enough to force us to change, guess what? Maybe some losses. And if small loss is enough, then we wait around for a big loss to force us to change. Some people lose body parts before they will change. Some people lose loved ones. Some people lose their fortune before they change. So instead of rowing against the current, rowing, going, and paying the price, okay, paying the price of pain and suffering and losses, we make a decision right now that we align ourselves with principles and laws. And among that, there is one powerful energy, and see if anybody can get this. Okay. There is a powerful energy that helps us grow and become a bigger person without pain and loss. There is a powerful energy that helps us grow and becoming a bigger, better, a more mature person without pain and loss. Can anybody guess what that energy is? Those of you who are parents, you should know this. You already have it. You already done it.
Love.
There you go. Okay. Think of your firstborn. What happened to you as a human being when your first child is born? Before my first son is born, I didn't really have a job. Okay. I was depressed. I was pretty lame. But when my son is born, when I got married and my son is born, I had to take myself seriously. Go to work, buy a home, pay the mortgage, so that I can take care of my son and my family.
Oh, I didn't know you bought a home. Congratulations.
My parents helped me with that. That is their love for me. Okay. Yeah. It is the energy of love that is powerful enough to break us free from all of these barriers so that we can become a bigger and better person. And when I'm talking about love, I'm inviting you to expand, to think about love on 4 levels. Okay, 4 levels. I just get the sense that you guys are mature enough that I'm going to share this concept. Usually we share this concept in like the last day. But since you guys are so mature, okay, I'm going to share this concept on the first day. You want to love yourself. Okay, but we are a small unit. We won't get very far if we just love ourselves. You want to love your family. The energy of love for your family will expand your circle. You want to love your organization. Could be your job, could be your community organization, could be your church, your temple. And ultimately, I invite you to love the world. It's big, but I'm just going to draw a circle around it just for us to visualize. This concept is shared on the last day, but since you guys already begin with love, since you guys are talking about building hospitals and for helping other people and spreading the knowledge, this is called the 4 survival motivation. Okay? Also known as the 4 debts of gratitude. Because the moment we are born, we are already in debt to millions of people. We're indebted to our parents. We're indebted to the doctors and doctors and nurses who delivered us, the people who bring us food, the parents of the parents of the parents of the parents of the parents. We're already in debt to countless numbers of people. And so to live this life and paying back and paying forward is a blessing. And that is the energy of love. You can also think of it in terms of for survival motivation. If we only care for ourselves, then we're going to run into conflict with our family. Ever run into conflict with your family? If you only take care of your family run into conflict with other organization, other family. If your organization is your top priority, then your organization is going to run into conflict with other organization in the world. But if you can expand your awareness to do and behave and do things that is beneficial to yourself, your family, your organization, and the world at the same time, then that would really, really, really break you out of your barriers. Okay? And this is called the principle of transformation. It is nothing more than breaking out of your 6 barriers, using the power of love in order to become a bigger, better person, to be more helpful to yourself and to be more helpful to your family, your organization, and your world. Before I move on to the next principle, can I get some impression? How do you feel? What are some of your thoughts?
Oh, that's good.
How do you feel about this idea so far?
Feeling good so far.
Hmm?
Feeling good so far.
Good so far? Okay. Okay. When we get to the principle of mental activation, I will give you the method for sharing your reflection. Okay. Hello, Sen. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Morning.
Okay. Let's move on to the next principle. Instead of talking about the principle of light, I'm going to talk about the principle of mental activation. Then we'll go to principle of light later. Principle of mental activation. Okay, principle of mental activation. And in this season, I have a special name to brand it. It goes like this. Imagine that you are a beggar. Let's see if I can let's do it this way. There's a fun way of doing this. Give me a moment. I'm gonna show you a video that I made about this one. Okay. All right. I'm gonna share a different screen. Screen two. Let's do this one. Share sound. Okay. Let me tell you about the gold box method. You can see the screen, right? It
Yeah.
begins with a
Yes.
story of a beggar sitting on a box on the side of a road. Each day, the beggar would sit on a box holding out an old cap asking for handout. Occasionally, people would walk by and give him a few dollars, and that is how the beggar manages to survive many, many years. One day, a stranger comes by. Instead of giving the beggar money, the stranger said, "I don't have any money to give you. But what is that you're sitting on?" The beggar said, "Just an old box. I've been sitting on it for as long as I can remember." Then the stranger asked, "Have you ever looked inside?" The beggar replies, "No, not really. It's just an old box. I've been sitting on it since forever." The stranger insisted, "Go ahead and look inside." So the beggar, somewhat reluctantly, gets off the box and opens the lid. And to his joy and surprise, he sees that the box is full of gold. He has been sitting on a box full of gold for as long as he could remember and never even knew it. It takes a stranger to point out to him that he's been sitting on the box and then to open it. And that is how the beggar is able to discover gold inside. You see, each of us has a storehouse of treasure deep inside of us. We have the treasure of health, we have the treasure of happiness, we have the treasure of harmonious relationship, and for many of us, we have the potential for great financial abundance as well. But we don't know it because we have been sitting on it, not ever looking inside. In this program, there is a method to help you look inside. Not inside any box, but inside yourself, your true self, and discover that hidden potential. And when that hidden potential is discovered and expressed outwardly, materially, then you will be able to restore your health, restore your happiness, and anything you want in life. Okay? So what is the method to access the storehouse of treasure that you have inside? It actually takes only 3 simple steps. Step 1, recall the lesson. Step 2, look for the impression. And step 3, find the realization. That's it. Lesson, impression, realization. It is also known as a principle of mental activation. Remember that in order to get from A to point B in life and not have to pay the price of time and effort and resources, in order to get from A to B in life with relative ease, all we have to do is align ourselves with principles and laws. And one of the universal principles and natural laws is the principle of mental activation, which we lovingly refer to as the gold box method. So once again, step 1 in the gold box method is to recall the lesson. And lesson is anything that is new to you. Step 2 is look for the impression, which is what we find to be applicable in real life. Make the connection between what you've learned with how you can apply it to your health, to your relationship, your finances, and how it makes you happy. Step 3 is the real gold inside the box. The realization is the light bulb moment, is the aha moment. These are the moments that your long-sought inquiries or questions about life gets answered. And from that moment, you come to a realization about something. Your awareness expands, the way you think shifts, which will lead to a change in behaviors and action that will produce new, better results in life. It is a moment of transformation. It is a moment you experience a new reality of life. So all you got to do is, in order to access the gold box, is to listen or watch a video lesson, then stop to reflect. Ask yourself, what lesson did I learn? What's most impressive about these lessons? And what did I realize? Once again, this is the principle of mental activation and the key to your gold box of knowledge and transformation. This is your gold box method. Discover that gold deep within you, and in no time you will experience a life of whole health and complete happiness that you have always wanted. Do the gold box method. Okay. Okay. So gold box method. Okay. Principle of mental activation. Lesson. Impression. Oop, erase. Realization. Remember earlier I said that this is transformative knowledge and not informative knowledge? In fact, what I'm telling you, most of you kind of know this already, right? You understand the idea of the caterpillar transforming into the butterfly. You know that love is the energy that helps you break through the barriers. You have, as a human being, we have these barriers. So everything that I've told you so far, nothing is really new. Nothing is really informative. But the idea here is that you already know that, but maybe you have not been able to put it together in such a way that is transformative, that helps you break out of your barriers and your shells. And so the gold box method, or the principle of mental activation, is to take what you already know and point it out to you, and for you to look into yourself and dig deep in order to find that truth within you. Okay? And so you will discover that many things that we consider new may not be new after all. Okay? However, for the sake of the mental activation process or the method or the gold box method, anything that is you consider new, okay, whether today or throughout your day or anytime you go anywhere, you talk to anybody, you want to kind of review it. What did I learn today that is new to me? Okay, what is learn today that is new to me? And then you want to try to apply that, make a connection with some aspect of life. Okay, for example, today we talk about the principle of alignment. We talk about the principle of transformation. Now we're talking about the principle of mental activation. How can I apply that to my life? What part of everything that I've talked so far in the last hour and a half had been impressive, leave an impression on you? And most importantly, if you can experience a realization is an answer you have received as a consequence of having inquired about it for a long time. Okay? If a person has a set of inquiry, a set of questions that they've been asking, oh, how do I do this? How do I do that? And how does this and that for many, many days, many, many years, then at one point they'll go, that's how to do it. A light bulb comes up. It is a eureka moment, a light bulb moment. And from that moment on, you will think differently, you will behave differently, and your life transform. A realization is an enlightenment moment, an awakening moment. Okay? So using this principle of mental activation or the gold box method, what are some lessons that you have learned today that you find to be new? What are some lessons that you've learned today that you think, oh, I'm really impressed with that. I can definitely use it. And did anybody experience any realization? Because this realization is the real, the real value of the program. But if you don't have any experience, any realization yet, no light bulb moment yet, that's fine. What you want to go through and share the lesson that you just learned, and mention 1 or 2 points that you find to be most impressive. Can we practice that?
Hmm.
Go ahead. Who wants to try? Share your lesson impression realization. Share your gold nuggets with other people. Because you know what? There is another principle that we'll talk about later, that whatever you share, you're going to be able to multiply. If you share your knowledge, if you share your wisdom, you share your lesson, those are the intangible things that will actually multiply within you. And unlike material gold where you share and it's gone, with knowledge, the more you share it, the more you have. The more you share it, the more you clarify the lesson for yourself.
Well, I have learned today about the love energy. I mean, I probably knew about the love energy before, but when you asked me the one strong energy to break all the 6 barriers, I was like, wow, is it like nuclear energy or like something like crazy, like physically strong? And then one person say love. I'm like, okay.
Okay, very good. So that's, would you call that an impression or a realization?
That would be an impression, I guess, like I learned about.
Good, good. Thank you for that, Win. Okay. Anybody else have any lesson, impression, or realization that they want to share with the world? Any goal that they want to share, knowing that by sharing these gold, you will enrich yourself furthermore. You will get more gold by sharing these gold.
And yes, I have a little bit to share. I've heard these stories many times now, and every time I hear it, there's always something new we learn, and we're always learning. And with this philosophy, with this knowledge too, it helps me align things to better my life rather than go against the current. I working on moving forward with the current, making my life easier. Um, I don't need a motor or anything on the boat, but I can go slowly. I don't need to go fast. I just want to cruise through life in a more aligned way. And yes, I'm always learning with it. Every time I hear it, I think of other things too. So it's good. Thank you, Frank.
Yep. Thank
You,
you.
Ron. Yeah, the magic of this process, the methodology, is to expand your awareness. And because your awareness expand, even though you go back to the exact same lesson, you receive the lesson with a newly expanded awareness, a higher level of understanding. So you go to the exact same material. Oh, you get something new, you get something new, you get something new. And it becomes transformative every time you go to the same lesson note. And so this program is designed to be repeated over and over. Okay. So don't think that just going through this 21 day it's going to be enough for you to completely transform. Just come back. Okay, you guys get full access to all of my current and future courses, so you can always come back. Okay, and then I will also make the recording, and you guys are invited to view the recording. Okay, you should view the recording 2 or 3 times before you attend the the session next week. Okay, so in anybody else, Nancy, Sen, do you have any lesson impression you want to share?
I just realized, this principle of mental activation is not is to also face your inner truth and find your clear mental images.
Okay. Yeah, good. Okay. Um, well, that is considering the time. Okay, that's the time all the time that we have for today. Next week we will talk about the principle of light. Okay, that is a exciting, powerful principle that will really change your life once you get the principle of light. But for now, okay, just kind of for now and the rest of the week, okay, just go over the material. I'll send the recording out to you guys. Go over the material on the idea of transformation, okay, transformative knowledge. Okay, we're talking about transformative knowledge. Paint the image of a caterpillar in your mind and imagine yourself transforming into a butterfly and fly away, experiencing freedom. Okay. Um, know that we are talking about human life and experience. Okay. The knowledge we're learning here is not so much on the worldly knowledge. We're not going to learn so much about cosmology and why we're here and where we're going, at least not yet. Okay. Okay. Imprint upon yourself this picture. Okay. Take some time to draw the picture. See yourself breaking through these barriers. Self-realization, which is a self-limiting self-awareness, breaking through the fear of failure, fear of criticism and judgment, lack of condition, lack of knowledge, lack of future vision. See yourself breaking through using the power of love. Okay. which is the love for yourself, love for your family, love for your organization, and love for the world. Okay, and of course, all of that is in alignment with principles and law. No more rowing against the current. No more wasting time, effort, and energy in struggling against something that will only bring you backward once you stop. From now on, we align ourselves with principles and law, and the first principle you've learned is the principle of transformation. That instead of letting pain and suffering and losses be the force of change, let love be the force of change. Let love be the force of change. Okay?
Okay.
What did
Okay.
you, Nancy, what are some of your lesson, impression, and realization today?
Um, I'm just new to this today, my first day, so I'm not sure. So from my lesson is um so I'm not really clear about this yet.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
What are you not clear about? What do you want to clarify more?
Um so my lesson, um I mean, I'm confused. I don't really understand it yet.
You mean this diagram? You're confused about this diagram? Or what part
Yes.
of the lesson? This diagram?
Yes.
Okay. Don't worry. Just
Mhm.
simplify it. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
This way. You simplify it by doing this. That's it. What did
Oh,
you what did you learn today?
um, I learned is we want to be, we want to transform, we want to be better, we want to be we want to live a happier life. We want to be in a better stage of our life. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Of all the the concept that I've shared,
Mm-hmm.
which one stood out the most to you?
Uh, so the boat uh idea that kind of like I'm kind of curious how that both align and not align. Yes.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good.
Sorry,
Okay, having
sorry, Frank, because it's early in the morning, so I'm not myself either.
that's fine. That's fine. But having that inquiry, okay, having
Mm,
that question, oh, what does it mean align? What does it mean not mean align? Okay,
mm,
that is good. That's good.
mm,
Okay,
mm.
having those questions will lead you to the realization. Okay,
Okay.
it will lead
Mm-hmm.
you to the realization. Okay,
Mm,
and we'll
mm,
we'll, we'll talk more about that. This is just the first day. Okay.
mm, mm.
Um. So before we say goodbye, do you guys want to confirm with each other that the new time is it 7 a.m.? You
Yes.
okay with 7 a.m.? Okay, instead of 6 a.m. Okay, so next week we will do 7 a.m. Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Alrighty. I will send out the video recording. Okay. I
Mm,
recommend that you listen to it or watch it again 2 or 3 times before next week.
mm.
Because this is only, an hour and a half, but we went through a lot of material, right? A lot of
Yes.
principles already, a lot of details. Okay. I know you're not going to get everything, and that's why you
Mm.
need to review it. Good.
Mm-hmm.
What I do is I just let it play in my car when I'm driving to work. Let
Okay.
it play in your car while you're going to work, on the way home from work, whenever you have free time, in your bathroom. Okay, just don't go in the don't turn on your camera and go to the bathroom while you're in the Zoom, but listen to recording. While you're in the bathroom, while you're relaxing, make driving time become learning time. Okay, turn your free time into learning time, and then share it with your loved ones. Okay,
Mm,
sit down with
mm,
your daughter, sit down with your son. and both of you listen, and then at the end, ask yourself, oh, son, daughter, what is your gold box today? What lesson did you learn? What do you find most impressionable? Did you realize anything? And that interaction between you and your loved ones is going to be transformative for both of you. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, Frank, may I just share one thing? Is
Yeah,
that
please.
my impression today was the uh, the we have our goals. We know what we want to achieve in the future. So that is a good way for the image and for repeating of what we in the throughout the sharings. When we just repeating that means we reminded ourselves about the goal and image. That way the manifesting is it comes more simple. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, alrighty. I want to appreciate all of you guys as well for taking your early morning and spending your life, part of your life, in the Zoom. Okay. But I do feel very confident that you're going to experience that same transformation that the other people who have gone before have experienced. You will find more peace, you will find more inner balance, and you will be able to achieve your goal. Okay. Sen, go ahead and stay back onto the Zoom. Let me talk to you, and then I want to say goodbye to everybody else. You guys can go ahead and log off, and I will see you next week.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Frank.
Frank. Have a
Thank
good
you, Nancy.
Bye,
day.
Thank
Ron.
Thank
Bye,
you.
you.
Noah. Bye, Nancy. Bye, Nguyen.
Bye.
Thank
Have
you,
a good
Sen, for
day.
joining.
Yes.